In this session, we will look at batch invoicing all the learners or customers in Rise School Management. This is good because instead of creating each individual invoices for each learner, you can batch invoice all of them and send out invoices to your learners at once. To do that, we go to School and then Batch Invoicing. Here you will have a list of all your current batch invoices that you have done before. To create a new one, click on Create, and then you put in the date range that you're going to invoice your learners for. I will put in Jan 1st up to the 31st of December for the whole year. Then I will put here, let's say I'll invoice grade 1. This is just a small note for me to know what this batch invoice is about instead of opening and then going to check which learners are here. So I'll put here grade R, school fees invoice 2020, just as an example. Then I'll click Add. So this first part is where you will add the inventory item that we have created to invoice all our learners. So remember we created the grade R school fees. There you go. And then quantity, we will do just one because it's just for 1 year. We don't put the price yet. First, we select all our learners. There's two ways you can do that. You either click Add, and that will allow you to select your learners individually. But I don't want to do that. I want to select all of them as a batch. So I will delete this line, and then I'll click Pick. And then here is where I will filter out my grade, and I'll select grade R. And it automatically ticked. That's all my grade Rs. I will click on any and press Ctrl A on my keyboard to select all of them. And then I'll click Select. It's loading and taking all my learners into this batch that I have created. Once it loads, all the learners will appear here, and that's when we can come and put in the prices. Okay, so we have the learners here. Now we can go to the price, and then we said it's 1,000 Rand per year for the grade Rs, and then we press Enter on our keyboard. As you can see, the amount came straight away to the bottom beside each and every learner. That's why I said we need to wait for the learners to be here. That's where we can put the price. When we have this done, now we can start generating the invoice. We click Create and Post Documents. Now this takes some time because depending on the number of learners that we have here, I'm not sure, we probably have like 30 or 40 learners. The system is now creating the invoices one by one. So it's creating, for example, invoice 1 for Kametsi Lerato, invoice 2 for Abraham's in Shaf, invoice 3 for America Zoe, etc. And so the numbers will go one after the other. When it's done, when we know that it has loaded completely, we will have an amount under the tax invoice amount in blue. Now we just have to wait for it. Okay, here is your amount. It's in blue. We now know that this invoice has been generated and has been created. We can now save and close. And there you go. You have your batch invoice already. If you want to see the list of these invoices, you go to Sales and then Tax Invoice, and you will be able to see all your invoices. Let me just filter it out and sort it out, move all the way to the bottom. And as you can see, here are our invoices for our grade 1s. And that's how we create a batch invoice. I would advise you to do it per grade because if your internet is unstable, it will take very, very, very long to load the whole school at once. So I would advise you to do it per grade and then maybe leave a note. You see how it is here, May 2019, grade 1B, grade 6A, etc. And that's our batch invoicing in Rise School Management.